Hello and welcome back to another episode of the BOU Connects podcast. Here we break down the complex world of economics, finances, and central banking into easy to digest, relatable conversations. My name is Pumla Nabatwa and I'm your host. In today's episode, we speak to Bank of Uganda's mandate in licensing, regulating, and supervising financial institutions, and why this matters to not just you, but your businesses. Joining us to unpack the conversation of how we ensure that your money is kept safe and accessible is Mr. Hannington Wasswa, who is the Director of Commercial Bank Supervision here at Bank of Uganda. Welcome to the podcast, Hannington.
Thank you very much.
You look very nice and regulatory and well put together.
Thank you. It is by God's grace that I'm alive today, and I'm so grateful
to be here. Yeah,
to be
so
here.
I'm honored to
you.
have you here.
Thank you very much.
And I just want us to dive right into the conversation. But let's start from the very beginning. What exactly does it mean for Bank of Uganda to license, regulate, and to supervise financial institutions?
Thank you very much for that question. But probably before I get into licensing, regulation, and supervision, I need to give you a background of where it all started.
Okay.
Everything we do in our lives is backed by a legal framework.
Okay.
The first is the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, and Article 161 of the Constitution of Uganda 1995 establishes the central bank.
Okay.
Out of that, Article 162 specifies the functions of the central bank. Okay. Now, it is from those functions of the central bank that the Bank of Uganda draws the mandate to license, regulate, and supervise financial institutions. Okay. Now, the normal process of licensing is definitely someone must submit an application based on the legal framework, because the legal framework specifies what you need to apply, submit the central bank for you to get a license. Now, I'll specifically talk to commercial banks because that's my portfolio.
Okay.
Someone else will talk about the non-bank.
We'll have somebody else for other institutions.
Other institutions.
Okay.
So for commercial banks, there's the Financial Institutions Act. It's now called CAP 57 under the laws of Uganda. It lays out a number of requirements.
Okay.
And out of the primary law, you have regulations. Now the regulations, the Act talks about licensing an institution as a bank, and then the regulations give you the details of what someone who wants to operate as a commercial bank must submit to the central bank to assess the application, and either you approve or you disapprove.
Okay.
Now, assuming we've approved an institution. So
and just a minute there. All this information is on the Bank of Uganda website.
It is available on the Bank of Uganda website.
Great.
So whoever wants to apply for a license to operate as a bank, they can go to the Bank of Uganda website. All this information is there.
Great.
Now, once an institution comes into existence, Bank of Uganda is at play here because we, first of all, look at your premises where you're going to operate from.
Okay.
For the public to be confident of where they're depositing their funds, they must be comfortable that these premises are strong enough to keep their savings.
Yes.
Secondly, we supervise them on a periodic basis. There are reports they're supposed to submit to us at the central bank. Some are daily, like the foreign exchange report. Others are weekly, the liquidity report. Others are monthly, the income statement and the balance sheet. Others are quarterly, semi-annually, and then annually. Now, during the course of activities, we visit these institutions on a periodic basis to ensure that they conduct their business the way the law requires them to. And at the end of every on-site inspection, we come up with a report of examination.
Okay.
It lays out what we have seen at the institution, the areas that are strong, the areas that need improvement, and we mention them in the report, and the report is addressed to the chairperson of the board of the bank.
Okay.
Now, after that, we do a follow-up examination to establish whether what we laid out in the report of examination have been addressed or not. If they have been addressed, well and good. If not, you have to give reasons why you've not addressed them.
Okay.
If the reasons are not legitimate, there are consequences for that.
Okay.
Some of them come in form of penalties. And sometimes, unfortunately, people also end up losing their jobs for not doing what they're supposed to do. But before probably get further into what we do in supervision, we need to recognize the fact that there are preconditions that need to be in place for supervision to thrive.
Yes.
I've talked about the legal framework which empowers the central bank to conduct inspections of banks.
Yes.
There are other requirements that need to be in existence. Public infrastructure.
Yeah.
An example that I can give is auditors and accounting laws. Because banks have prepared their financial statements in a manner that complies with international accounting standards.
Yes.
And then the auditors come in to review these accounts and give assurance to the various stakeholders, the board of directors of the institution, the central bank, and the general public of the quality of the accounts that they've reviewed and the contents therein. You need to have lawyers. They play a critical role in intervention. In case a depositor or a borrower has disagreements with a financial institution, they must have a legal framework, lawyers who can help them. The judiciary, because they run the courts of law, so they have to be in place. Then all this public infrastructure must have regulators. That's why you look at the Uganda Law Society, they bring the lawyers in order, the Institute of Certified Public Accountants of Uganda, they look at what the auditors do, and the surveyors, the engineers, they also play a critical role because they value the properties that sometimes borrowers use as collateral to borrow. Now, here we need to be very, very careful and listen carefully.
Yes.
When you go to a bank to borrow and you have a land title for your house where you stay, the bank is not interested in your property. They want to lend to you for you to do business and pay back.
Okay.
So the business you're going to finance should be the primary source of repayment.
Okay.
They only come back to your collateral in the unlikely event that you fail to pay.
Okay.
And when they come to that and sell off the properties, they do it grudgingly.
It's not that they like to do it. People think, by the way,
no,
that the banks are there to take their property,
no,
which is not true.
They are not interested in your property. They want you to pledge to them something in which you have an insurable interest. Okay. Something that would hurt you if they took it away from you.
So you're motivated.
So that you're motivated to pay back.
To pay back.
That one needs to be explained very clearly. Yes. As part of the public infrastructure, we also have what we call safety nets, the Deposit Protection Fund. Okay. Out there, everyone needs to know that once you take your money to a bank, if you have up to 10 million, in the unlikely event that a bank closes, all your savings will be given to you within a period of like 2 months. 2 weeks, I beg your pardon.
Yes, 2 weeks.
If you have more than 10 million, they first pay you the 10 million, then the rest will be paid to you later. After they've sold off the assets of the failed institution and then distributed according to the hierarchy that is laid out in the law. Yes. The other item is the credit bureaus, credit reference bureaus. They play a critical role because when you make your payments on time, that good performance should be captured somewhere. Okay. It should serve as your collateral for your next loan. It should also help you to negotiate a lower rate because your performance should help you to get better terms for subsequent loans. So that basic infrastructure is necessary for you to be able to run an effective supervisory framework. Currently, we have 22 banks.
Okay.
But in addition to that, there are other institutions, we call them non-banks.
Non-bank.
Because we run a tiered system.
Yes.
We have tier ones, which are the commercial banks, the big ones.
Yes.
We have credit institutions, which come in the second tier.
Yes.
And we have microfinance deposit-taking institutions. Now we've also come up with the SACCOs.
Large SACCOs.
Large SACCOs.
Yes.
They fall under the tier 4 framework, which falls under Uganda Microfinance Regulatory Authority. Okay. But the large SACCOs, because of the volume of their savings and capital, they've come to the central bank for regulation and supervision. Yes. Again here, let me emphasize, the central bank has no intention of closing any of these institutions. We just want to make sure that they operated according to the law. Okay. Yesterday there was an article. It was a front page story that SACCOs have been directed to go and to Bank of Uganda for regulation. Because regulation is good.
Yeah, regulation is a good thing.
It's a good thing. We just want you to appreciate that the Bank of Uganda means well. Yes. They want to make sure that the savings you have in your SACCO, you're able to get it when you need it. Yes. If it doesn't come under regulation, there's so many things that can happen. And we've heard what is happening in the public. Yes. People come set up, they call them financial institutions, but legally they're not financial institutions as such. After they've collected what they've collected, they eventually disappear. Yes. And then the public comes to the central bank to complain. Yes. Now, most of these institutions are not regulated by Bank of Uganda. So Bank of Uganda has no responses. Yes. That's why we encourage everyone to use an institution that is licensed and regulated by Bank of Uganda. Yes.
But how can they?
How do you get to know that this institution is licensed and regulated by Bank of Uganda? When you walk the street of Kampala Road, you'll find so many institutions.
So many.
First and foremost, the institutions that are regulated by Bank of Uganda, especially under commercial banks, they must have the word bank. In their name. That is key. There is no institution that is allowed to use the word bank without permission from the central bank. Yes. And for Bank of Uganda to give you that permission, you must meet certain requirements. They are stringent requirements, but yes, you must meet them before you qualify to use the word bank in the name. Now, when you enter the premises of a bank, the first thing you will see is a license from Bank of Uganda. Yes. It will bear the signature of the governor or deputy governor and the secretary to the board of Bank of Uganda and the official Bank of Uganda seal. Yes. That signifies that this institution is licensed and regulated by Bank of Uganda. You are even free to ask management, bring it closer because they're usually displayed on the walls. Yes. If you can't read it, they can pull it out for you and you look at it critically. Yes. You can even take a picture of it and keep it on your phone or take it wherever you want to take it and confirm that, yes, I went to this institution, the seat is licensed and supervised by Bank of Uganda. It will give you comfort. It will give you confidence. Yes. Secondly, there are other things Bank of Uganda does that sets it apart from the rest of the crowd. Yeah. They require these institutions to publish. They promote transparency first and foremost. So for you to run as a bank, you must be transparent with the people you're dealing with, your counterparties. Yes. If you say you're attracting deposits and you're offering interest on these deposits, you must specify how do you pay interest. What is the frequency of this interest? Is it verifiable? Yes. Are there can someone get a statement to indicate that I deposited 1 million? After 1 year, this is the interest I got. The products you offer, they have to be listed. How do you charge them? So that as a depositor, when I walk to Bank A, I get that sheet and walk to Bank B, Bank C, Bank D. Yes. I should be able to compare.
True.
And then I choose that, no, Bank A is better than the other banks. Yes. That's where you should deposit. You need to go through that process. You need to be very deliberate and intentional to go through that process. Yes. Otherwise, you'll end up complaining. Yes.
Okay, that's true. Actually, I think we had our previous guest was also speaking a lot about it, and she gave a very interesting example. That when you're going to buy shoes or when you're going to buy bags or whatever, clothes, you first try and you first go to different places. You go on the internet maybe and look for who have different prices, who have better quality. But when it comes to where your money is going, you don't want to do that same due diligence. So yes, I'd also encourage that you go and shop around.
It is real shopping.
It's shopping.
It's real shopping.
Yes, and also I think every 6 months or so, we publish.
It's every quarter.
Every quarter.
Yeah.
We publish
the charge sheet of every institution.
Of
only that we consolidate it for the industry.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you get that charge sheet, it gives you all the banks.
Okay.
And
Okay, but now I want to talk about, we read a lot of reports where they speak about how underbanked or unbanked the population is. And recently we had floods.
Yes.
And I think you had the traders who, I think I saw videos on social media where people were removing their money and drying it because it had become wet. And I empathized. I felt so bad for them, and I said, maybe they are just not aware, and that's what we're here to do. So why is it we're here to educate Ugandans and create awareness about the fact that you should not keep your money under the bed, in pillows, in your shops, because if anything happens to them, I know someone who even kept his money in the roof, the house got burnt.
Yeah.
I know another one who, a long time ago, when they were breaking down the house, 2 generations later, they found money over whose regime? An old regime, and their uncle who had given them the house, he died. It is the second generation that came and found money over currency
which was
useless at that time. Yes. So maybe you should explain. Maybe you can share with us the reasons why you think that from this perspective of a central banker, of the regulator, why do you think that we remain with large portions of Ugandans remain unbanked or underbanked? And how can we change this reality?
One of the reasons people don't want to use banks is the false assumption that banking services are expensive. But you need to put this into perspective. Expensive in relation to what? If you take your money to a bank and they charge you 1,000 a month, or even month. I'm using an example.
Yeah, just an example.
As a cost for keeping for your savings, first of all, your savings are secure.
Yes.
Anytime you need your money, they will pay it to you.
Yes.
Secondly, you will not suffer the vagaries of nature, just like we saw what happened when we had floods a few days ago. Because people who had money in their stores, in their houses, in their businesses, the money was affected by floods, and probably it is irredeemable. They will lose it. They lose that value.
Yes.
Unfortunately, some of these people, if not the majority, have loans in banks. I don't know what's going to happen to those loans.
Yeah.
So my humble appeal and request to the general public is make use of banks or institutions that are supervised by Bank of Uganda by taking your savings to these institutions. First and foremost, when you save, you're able to borrow. Sometimes all of us don't have capital that we need to start businesses or to enhance the businesses that we're already operating.
Yeah.
But if you open up a relationship with a bank and that relationship starts by saving,
yes.
Yeah,
I am very happy because I am Miss Queen of Saving. I tell Ugandans to save.
Saving.
People don't want to save.
You can never know the importance of saving until you've run into a problem. So when you begin saving, you're able to borrow several times your savings, several multiples your savings, and you conduct business. You pay school fees for your children.
Yes.
You construct houses both for residential and business, and you set up yourself for a better future.
Yes.
Secondly, when you choose to keep money in your houses, we usually hear about break-ins. Someone can break into your house
and put you at gunpoint even.
They don't even need to put your standpoint. Once they've broken into your house,
That's it.
you're vulnerable.
That's it.
They can take whatever you own,
That's it.
even what you don't own, they
Yeah.
can take.
Sure.
But importantly, here we're talking about money. They can take your money, which you'll have earned through, probably you've done so many things to earn it.
Yes.
So I appeal to the general public to make sure that whatever you earn on a daily basis, take it to a financial institution.
Please.
And save it.
Please.
Please save it.
Yes.
Because it will help get you out of a difficult situation
Yes.
in future.
Yes.
The charges you're talking about, that it's very expensive. Look at the charge sheet I've talked about. When you walk to this banking institution, they display how much they charge. And trust me, they have products which are savings accounts that are free of charge because they are trying to encourage the public to save. Once you get motivated to save, you get so many benefits. I've talked about the deposit protection fund. Once you have a saving of up 10 million, if that institution you've saved with fails, the deposit protection fund comes in immediately, or not less than 2 weeks, to pay you back your money, which you can't recover if it is burnt or burnt by fire, or it's stolen, or it has been affected by floods.
Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, come and save with institutions, preferably those licensed and supervised by Bank of Uganda. Because
they fed you.
And I'll explain why. Over time, because we have the rules of engagement with the supervised financial institutions, if anyone runs into a problem with their financial institution, they can write to Bank of Uganda. Bank of Uganda intervenes, comes in, sits between the two parties, listens to both sides of the story, and makes judgment. If the bank is in the wrong, they restore what the customer has lost. If the customer is in the wrong, we shall explain to them where they are wrong, and they mend their relationship with the bank and move forward together.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, I thank you for that, because it's a conversation I also try to keep having with Ugandans. Keep your money in banks. Yes. What that perceived expense it's really that. It's just perceived. So now let's talk about another reason why I have found some people have a problem with banking is the rise of financial fraud and scams. Probably because they don't know who to trust anymore. But, and especially now in this digital era. So maybe you can share with us what Bank of Uganda is doing to adapt its supervision to in line with the changing financial landscape.
Initially, our banking was very manual.
Yes.
You had to go to the banking hall to interface with a teller. You deposit your cash physically. But with the passage of time and in an effort to minimize costs, technology has simplified so many things that I no longer need to physically walk to a financial institution to deposit money. Once I have a phone, whatever cash I have on me, I don't need to go to a banking hall. I can go to a mobile money service provider. They put that money on the phone and I send it to my account in the bank. I can also withdraw it. I can transfer using EFT. I can transfer using RTGS. Now, these technologies, much as they've made our lives comfortable and more convenient, they also come with risks. When you enlist for these digital platforms, they give you a key that will help you access your account in a bank on your phone, which you call the PIN number, personal identification number. Put person, underline, put person in bold letters, capital letters, and underline it. My wife should not know. My children should not know. That number is personal.
True.
The other parties can only know if and only if it is a joint account. If I have a joint account with my wife, we shall share the PIN number.
And we shall only be two.
It has to be two of us. We shall control who we get to know who has withdrawn what, or deposited what, and when, and for what reason. So there will be accountability at our level.
Yes.
But if you don't keep your PIN number well,
Yes.
and it gets into the hands of third parties can do anything with that PIN number.
Yes.
The first being taking away that money from you. And once they access your number, the bank, the other side knows this number belongs to Hannington Wasswa.
Yes.
So whoever transacts using this number, we assume is Hannington Wasswa.
Yes.
If you come complaining that money was withdrawn from my account using my PIN number, the bank will say, we're sorry, because we gave you this key, and your account was accessed using this key. So if you think it was a different person who used it, it is because you did not store your personal identification number well.
And you know, Hannington, it has actually been found that a large, much significant, I don't want to say put a number to it, but most people whose money gets taken from these ATMs is somebody very close to them.
Very, very close.
Which means they have the PIN number.
Exactly.
And usually it is you who gave it to them.
Yes. How do you release this PIN number? Sometimes you don't release it deliberately. When you get it, you write it down. And you keep it in your diary. You keep your diary wherever you please. There are so many people who access our documents without authorization and without our knowledge. So if someone flips through your documents and they come across your PIN number, they will access your accounts and they will sweep it clean.
That's it.
And the banks will not help you because that account will have been opened using your PIN number. Now, my humble appeal to the general public is once you choose to use digital platforms, keep your personal identification number very, very carefully. Actually, write it on your mind. Don't write it anywhere.
That is it.
If you forget your PIN number, there is an option of changing it. You liaise with your financial institution. You tell them, I've forgotten the PIN number you gave me. There are factor authentications you have to go through to verify that whether you're actually the right owner of that account. If you are, then they'll give you a gateway to be able to change your PIN number and you get one which you can remember. So don't write your PIN numbers down. Otherwise, the complaints will continue coming. And yet we can't do away with digital platforms. When you walk on the streets, wherever you go, you find even people walking with their phones on because they've become addictive. There is so much. They watch television on the phones, they read global news. Wherever you get notification, wherever you are. So you can't stop using your digital platforms, but make sure the PIN numbers you use for your banking activities are not written anywhere. You've stored them in your mind. You
know, one time I went to an ATM and I had a lot on my mind that day. My brain, the part of my brain that knew my PIN just blacked out and got blocked. But what was so amusing to me, and I did exactly what you said, I just went and luckily the institution was still open at the time, and then they had to give me another card and my PIN, another PIN. But what shocked me is that when I was telling the story, people were asking me, you mean you don't have anywhere where you write it down? I said, of course not.
You're not supposed to write
You're not supposed to write your PIN number anywhere.
You're not supposed to write it. And don't come up with a PIN number that someone can guess. Some people are some tempted to use birth year, birth date, month. So, and out there's an industry of fraudsters, cyber frauds. It is a booming industry. There are people who wake up every day trying to hack into people's accounts. And the sole reason they are doing it is because they want to have access to your finances. Nothing else. That's it. They are not interested in your pictures. They are not interested in your parties. They want your finances. So
even links, Hannington, don't you think people should also be very careful about the links they keep pressing?
Oh, yes. Social media. A number of us are on various social media platforms. You're on Facebook, you're on Instagram, wherever. And occasionally you post, I'm in such and such a place. People get to know you away. You don't know what can happen When they break into your house, you never know what they get access to. Maybe you've written down your PIN number. Somewhere. They get access to it, and through it, they get access to you. Yeah. What Bank of Uganda has done recently, close to a year ago, we issued cyber risk guidelines to the supervised financial institutions, because cyber is an evolving area. We want institutions to strengthen their cyber security frameworks and become resilient. Because literally banking is now digital, and we're not going back where we came from. Yeah, some processes are also, they're using artificial intelligence to digitalize certain processes. So we require them to have minimum requirements within their systems. And we have units that are within the central bank that go to these institutions to specifically look at the cyber security components of the institutions that we supervise. Okay. Where we come across weaknesses, we bring it to their attention and they address it. And we address these issues right from the board, because those are the ones who are mandated by the shareholders to run the bank on their behalf. And of course, the board of directors appoints managers who run the institutions on a day-to-day basis, and they're accountable to them. That's why in our regulations, we require them to have periodic meetings. At a minimum, they should be able to meet on a quarterly basis to discuss matters relating to the institutions they run. Okay. And the board members must ask the tough questions. Yeah. You've digitalized our bank. What measures are you putting in place to ensure that depositors don't lose confidence in our operations in case something wrong happened? Yeah. Management is accountable. And I'm glad to report that the management of most of these institutions, if not all, is up to scratch. Okay. They are ready for the task, and they keep on improving. Yes. Secondly, because of the dynamic nature of banking, we also require these institutions to train their staff, build capacity. Okay. Okay. A number of their staff may have left university a long time ago. Others have just left. And when they get into the working world, there are things they don't follow up on. So we are prompting them periodically to take them for training so that people get updated with what is happening, to be able to serve the public in a better way every day.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's interesting. Actually, a few of these things I'm also learning as we go, guys. We are learning together. So I need to, let's talk about one of Uganda's biggest pain points, loan sharks. Loan sharks and informal money lenders. I find that, and this is word on the street, that people tend to borrow from loan sharks because they find that the banks are out of reach or divorced or removed from them. Can you share with us what risks educate Ugandans and borrowers and potential borrowers? What risks do they pose from borrowing from informal money lenders and loan sharks? And how can we, as a group of people, protect ourselves so that we are not exploited by them?
Okay, thank you. At the beginning of our conversation, I indicated that there are institutions that fall. We have tier ones, tier twos, tier threes, and tier fours. Yes. The tier fours, the tiers 1, 2, 3 are under Bank of Uganda. Tier 4, apart from the large circles which are coming to Bank of Uganda, they fall under the Uganda Microfinance Regulatory Authority. Yes. And under that category, you get money lenders. Those money lenders are licensed to transact, to trade as money lenders. Yes. The activities are regulated by the Uganda Microfinance Regulatory Authority. So anyone dealing with those licensed money lenders should be able to find organized processes. They'll tell you, we are lending, we can lend you so much at such and such a rate. So those are formal. But there are others which are informal. Individuals. I'll come with my money in my pocket. I come across John. John has a problem. he has a sick child, he's looking for school fees for his son or daughter who is supposed to sit for exams and he doesn't have the fees.
Yeah.
I'll lend it to him on very, very difficult terms. I'll tell you, pay me 20% per month. Because you're desperate, you say yes. Now, one of the characteristics of these informal money lenders is that they will give you money very fast.
Yes.
But as they give you this money, they will give you a document. What is your collateral? You have a car. They don't take that car's collateral most times. What you sign is a sale agreement. Because first and foremost, the rate is very high. So the chances of you paying back the loan and interest within the specified time period are very, very low. And you will have signed the transfer form for the car, they take it away.
Yes.
Government has come up with a policy. There's a proposal to cap the interest rates that money lenders charge.
The informal money lender. The licensed?
Everyone is supposed to be licensed.
Okay, yes.
But there are those who have remained underground. I don't advise anyone to run against the law. It is very, very dangerous business. Because the long arm of the law can find you anywhere. And once it picks you up, you can find yourself behind bars, and all the business you've been doing collapses. So if you want money, my humble appeal, use formal institutions. I've talked about institutions that are licensed by Bank of Uganda. I've also talked about institutions that are licensed by Uganda Microfinance Regulatory Authority. Uganda Microfinance Regulatory Authority is an institution that is authorized by government to supervise that category of financial service providers. And they are very formal. And they follow the rules of the law. There are rules that guide your activities. So those ones are okay. But most importantly, I have to market the institutions that we supervise at Bank of course. The commercial banks, the credit institutions, and the microfinance deposit-taking institutions. Because those are the ones that are licensed to do banking. Banking is about collecting deposits and transforming the deposits into loans. Because not all of us have money to set up businesses. So we have to borrow to be able to set up businesses. And when you set up businesses, business should be able to generate income to enable you pay back the loan and also remain with something that you can boost your business and survive of it. That's how the whole world works. That's how governments operate. Every citizen is supposed to pay tax. Where will you get the tax if you don't run a business? So each one of us, even us who are in formal employment, we need to set up businesses on the side. As long as you don't run it during the time you're supposed to be working. You get someone else to run it for you. You create employment. You pay taxes. That's how government will get funds to repair the roads, construct schools, hospitals, and put medicines in these hospitals. Without that, we shall remain beggars.
And you know, Hannington, something that you have said that resonates with me is people are borrowing from places of desperation. And that is why they are finding themselves in a lot of problems.
Some of the reasons why we get into desperate situations is, I don't know whether it is in our nature or not, but our planning needs to improve. There are institutions that have been set up, or at least government has set up. I talked about the public infrastructure that government has set up to facilitate businesses to thrive. I've talked about the business of banking. There's a business of insurance as well. In everything you do, purpose to insure it. And understand what you're insuring against. Even when you borrow money in a bank, there is a component somewhere where they talk about insurance. Know what you're insuring against. Are you insuring against loss of collateral? Are you insuring against failure to pay because the business collapses? You need to understand so that if you find yourself in a problem, insurance will come and make good. Now, because people don't want to spend on some of these services. That's why we find ourselves in emergency situations that require us to run to informal money lenders. And sometimes we don't want other people to know that we've gone to these institutions. You do it quietly.
That is it.
And your family only gets to know when the bubble has burst.
Yes.
They're coming to take the house.
Yes.
And
they're coming to cut off your legs.
Yes.
Those people are very ruthless. When it's time to pay back.
They are very ruthless. So let's organize ourselves. I know some will say it is too late. It is never too late. Yeah. It is never late. You can start today.
Yeah. You can always start.
Go to insurance companies, they'll help you. Do your banking business with formal banks.
Yes.
Save whatever money you get. Save it. Why do you keep it in your pockets? Take it to a bank because every day it earns you interest.
Yes.
And that interest will help you get out of a difficult situation.
Yeah. Okay. So I want just lastly, so that we can, as we try to end this episode, how, and this is now for Ugandans, what is Bank of Uganda doing to ensure that financial institutions serve us as Ugandans better? And this is whether we're in the city, or whether we're in remote villages and the like, especially when it comes to fairness, access, and transparency.
Let me first correct you.
Okay.
Banks within the boundaries of Uganda don't serve only Ugandans.
Oh, okay.
They serve everyone who is resident in Uganda.
Okay.
They also serve those Ugandans in the diaspora outside Uganda.
Okay.
Because we have so many Ugandans out there who love their country. And they send money through remittances. This money has helped our country to move from point A to point B. And I pray they continue doing it because it is helping. Secondly, the Bank of Uganda has, over time, kept on amending the legal framework to accommodate innovations. Previously, banks used to operate the formal buildings we know, brick and mortar.
Yeah.
Because of the dynamic nature of the business, now they can do part of their banking business using agents.
Okay. Yes.
If you have a mobile money outlet, you can go to a bank and you become their agent.
Yeah.
You collect savings on their behalf and you remit on the account.
Yeah.
Now, when you use an agent, these agents have machines. When you say, I'm depositing 10,000, they will ask you for your account number and the bank.
Yes.
Then, if the agent for bank A, they will have agent A machine. They ask you for your account number. They deposit on that on your account, and they give you a receipt. Please ask for a receipt.
Yeah.
Because when you get that receipt, it indicates, Hannington Wasswa has banked 10,000 shillings with agent ABC, and his account is in bank X. His account is XYZ in bank XYZ.
Okay.
So this is proof of deposit. Even when you withdraw, they will give you that proof of withdrawal. So that tomorrow, when you're looking for accountability, because sometimes you can spend and forget.
True.
But when you're looking for accountability, you'll have that receipt. It even indicates the time when you transacted.
Yes.
So government and Bank of Uganda, they've come up with legal frameworks that will facilitate banking. So wherever you go, in any part of the country, you'll be able to find banks.
Okay.
You may not see brick and mortar in certain areas, but you find agents that operate on behalf of banks. Okay. Secondly, the digitalization we've been talking about. It has made life very, very easy.
Yeah.
But that comes at a cost. You must guard your personal identification numbers. I can't emphasize it enough. But please, once you put in place the necessary security measures, you'll enjoy this country like no other country. I'm telling you, this country is beautiful.
It's for enjoyment.
It is unbelievable. When you walk outside, you see green. There are certain countries that have never seen green. All they see is sand.
Yeah.
For us, you just throw seeds.
And something
4 months later, you're eating food.
It
is unbelievable. Agriculture. Our country should be should be the food basket of the whole of Africa.
World. Yeah,
because
even
it
the
isn't,
world.
when you look at the maps of Southern African countries, they are dry. But the production out of that dry land, you can't believe. They use fertilizers. For us, we don't need fertilizers.
Not at all. But imagine.
In the majority of cases, sometimes I think people don't even feel the changes in prices of commodities because whatever they eat, they get from their gardens. Yeah. They don't spend to get what to eat. But when you go in other countries where everything is bought, a small change in prices can even cause a government to collapse.
This is true.
We have to thank God for what we have and make the best out of it. Even in Kampala here, people have compounds.
Yes, and
you can change some of the certain sections of those compounds into gardens.
Yeah.
You can grow tomatoes that you can use in your life, so that you can save what you would have used to go to the market, and then you put that money in the bank because tomorrow it will help you to be able to borrow and do whatever you want to do.
Yes. And I think you can remember, that's a lovely way to close. If you remember, our former guest, Justin, told us, save today, so that you can save yourself tomorrow. From trouble tomorrow. So I really thank you for all of this. It has been so enlightening. It's been so educational. Thank you so much for unpacking the role Bank of Uganda plays in ensuring that our money is kept safe and it's kept accessible at the same time. And also giving us nuggets, of how to protect ourselves and also to protect our money. Thank you so much, Hannington. We do appreciate you on the podcast.
Thank you, and thank you for hosting me.
You're welcome. And to you, our audience, I think you've learned the first step in doing better is by being informed. And Hannington has armed us with enough information to at least allow us to change some of the habits and to understand why it is important that we regulate and that we supervise these financial institutions and that they are safe. And as Bank of Uganda, we are keeping your money safe. We are ensuring that these banks keep your money safe. If you have found this episode helpful, like, comment, and share it with a friend. And don't forget to subscribe to the BOU YouTube channel and follow us on all our socials for more updates and insightful information. Until the next time that BOU Connects.